Hi crafters, today I will do an experiment. I will do a video in English. Normally I do it in German and do some crafting videos about mixed media and journals and so on. But today I will try to do an English version and I hope you will like it. I feel sorry for making mistakes or being a little bit slowly, but I will try and I have a lot of fun. So I start with my new junk journal. It's a spring junk journal, and I did a video a few days before where I start with the cover. And now I made 4 signatures, and this video will be about the inside of the journal and the papers I made. This is the first signature, and I dyed my papers while I painted with watercolors. I don't like so much to go to the kitchen and make a great mess and dye it in the sink. I like to sit at my desk and take each paper and paint it with watercolors and with coffee and tea and so on, and it works very well. And yes, it's a little bit slower, and I do the paper especially for the journal. For each journal I start dyeing papers, and for the spring journal I dyed the papers in green and blue and some brownish colors, and I really like it. And there are also a few cardstock papers, and I painted also the the cardstocks are printed on one side, and I colored the cardstock so the white side will suit to the rest of the papers. And I think if you dye paper it will get wet, and this wet look makes it look more vintage, and this is the style I like for the journals. So you see the papers in the first journal. There are some papers dyed with the watercolors, and also some design papers and some papers lying around my table, and some rest papers, and I all put it together to these signature. I like to have these different papers, and also small ones and bigger ones, and there, that's the first signature. And at the front there's a cover tag I made for the journal cover, but there I made 2 pieces, and the second piece I put on this first signature. And the second signature, it's with this sparkling paper, and there is the back is a white backside. There I will put some newspaper on, or some book pages, because it's so white and you can't paint it with watercolors. So there are also green and blue papers, and I like this vintage style on the sides, on the pages. So the signatures are not decorated at the moment, so it's only the paper I put together for the journal. I will do another video with the decoration, with stamping, and with small artwork which I put inside. So I have different papers in the signatures, and in this video I only show the different signatures and the cover and the different papers, and in the next videos there will be the decoration and small artwork and so on. So that's the second signature, and there I did some decoration with flowers, and the flowers are colored with alcohol markers. I like the markers, and I have some Copics and some Spectrum Noir, and the Spectrum Noir are not so expensive. I think they are middle price, and I really like it. They have a special marker with 3 tones in one, and that's especially perfect for beginners. And I have a few from these markers in different colors, and they are perfect for coloring flowers. So I stamped the flowers on a special paper, marker paper, and with VersaFine ink, and yeah, the paper must be very smooth, and I think that's the most important things to be successful with coloring. Yeah, and I like the way the flowers come out with the alcohol markers, and this color is not so bright, and it's an antique tone called antique pink, I think, from Spectrum Noir, and that's perfect to this vintage look. It's sometimes not so easy to do an over voice because yeah, you don't know exactly what you talk about, and this video is a very long version, so I talked a lot and decided afterwards to do this English version. So I'm sorry for this, but I decided to try this English version, and hope you will like it. So I talk about the coloring, I think so. There will be a tutorial at the end of the video, a small tutorial how to color the flowers. This was my little bag full of markers, so I have no big cupboard. I'm always impressed when I see the videos where the crafters have a cupboard full of Copics. Maybe yeah, that's the yeah, for this money you can buy a small car. They are really expensive, I think, but they are great. I like Copics marker, but the Spectrum Noir, yeah, I found with these markers I found a solution which worked very well. So this is the tree blend marker, and it's 3 markers in one, and I think that's a really great idea from Spectrum Noir, and I have most markers from them are these tree blend markers, but I think with a few colors you can also begin to color things or flowers or so on. It's even better to start with a small amount of markers, because if you don't like it, they are lying in your stock, and that's a pity. Therefore they are too expensive. So yeah, but I like the decoration over there, and yeah, I think I talk about the paper and how important it is. You can't do it on Copic on printer paper. That's yeah, that won't be successful at all. And this is cardstock, I think, a smooth cardstock, even from Stampin' Up, the white one will work, but the best thing is to buy marker paper, so you're on the safe side. Yeah, there's a sparkling paper I put in the signature, but yeah, it's a little bit like plastic, so maybe I will put some journal paper on it, so it's a little bit more vintage. So, and there's the third signature. There's also a cardstock with roses and so on. It's printed on both sides, but I also put some color on it, and yeah, make it wet so it suits to the other vintage papers. And there I have some maps. I got some maps from a friend, the old ones from a library. They want to throw it away, and I got it, and I put it in some in bigger pieces, and I like to put it in my journals. And there's also small this small paper is from a blog, and I like to dye it in coffee, so that's perfect for these journals. Yeah, and this is the third one. There I had a rest of design paper I made myself. I stamped a paper and make some watercolor on it, and there I got a rest. Oh, I had a rest and rest paper, and I put it as a small cover on it, and I like it. And I also put some water on it, so it looks a little bit vintage. There's also craft paper from the packages, yeah, and some rest paper. So that's the third part. And there was a small accident. I had a color spray, and I didn't test it at all, and I sprayed it on the paper, and it's a little bit colorful, but yeah, I think in a junk journal everything is allowed. And there are some spots from the coffee dyed background. So that's the fourth one. Yeah, and there I put some water on it, and it's a little bit destroyed, but I like it for the journals. And there are these puzzle pieces I made in one of the last videos, because I like it as a tag for these journals, and I like the shape of a puzzle piece. It's funny, and it's like a tag. It's decorated and with collage, and also a little bit vintage shabby look. And the journal is closed with an elastic, and I think I will make a binding and sew the signatures into the book. There are also some flowers on the front, and the journal is called Spring, Frühling. So that's the journal in the raw material for the journal, and the decoration will be in the next video. And yeah, so I looked in my stamp collection to take some stamps which I will use for the decoration, and this is from Kreative Depot. It's a German company, and it's their stamps are very nice, very beautiful, and there I will use them. And now there's the tutorial with the coloring with the alcohol markers. I put a flower there. I put some baking paper under the flower, because the color is so strong that you might color something else underneath. So it's better to put something under the paper. And there's the tree blend. It's the dark, the middle, the light, and they suit together very well. So I think it's a very easy coloring. I start with a light color, and yeah, I think with the alcohol markers, the light tones are the important ones, because with the dark one you should be careful. The dark color I only use very few spaces, and with a light color you can blend everything. And yeah, there I take the middle tone and do some more coloring, and I always think about where is the darker point, where's the darker spot, and at the end I take the dark one, and there I only put some color at the end, and then I put it together with a light color. So I think I leave you alone for the rest and give you some music, and so you can have a look while I color the flower. And yeah, I hope you like it. And yeah, I will do the next video for this journal. I will do also in German and in English, and some of the next videos maybe. And yeah, hope you liked it, and thanks for listening. Okay, bye bye.